Hey, welcome back. This is Shawn, your host of the Gambling Icons podcast. We are back for a brand new season, season 4. And today I am joined by one of my favorites online here in this world. We have Lucky Nancy. Nancy, give a shout out.
Hi everybody. How's it going?
I'm doing
What's up,
great.
Shawn?
I am excited. I am ready to go. I have a lot of awesome folks lined up here for season 4. And, you and I have been interacting online pretty often.
Yes,
You're
yes. You're
really
one of
close
my
to.
favorites.
I appreciate that. I know that you're really close to some of my favorites as well. Slot Daddy and Queen Chiquita and Ramsey and those folks over on the West Coast.
Definitely.
And yes, and Ellie, and you are also on the West Coast. So I'll throw the
Yes.
mic to you for a second so you can kind of share a little bit more about yourself.
Well, my name is Nancy. I'm known as Lucky Nancy Slots, and I am here in the San Bernardino County, kind of nearby the cows.
By the
Yeah. I am a teacher full time, a fourth grade teacher, and yeah, I love to just gamble on the side and just have fun.
I love that. I talk a little bit, I very vaguely with other folks about what I do for a living. I'm also in education. And what I
I
love
love that.
about I've been able to kind of do with this podcast is talk to real people. We're not all, mega millionaires that, sold businesses or were
No.
actors or anything like that and have this, endless bank account to play with. We're real people that are kind of encouraging one another and rooting everyone on from afar. So I love that I have another educator today.
Yay! I'm so glad you're an educator. I really respect you for that. It is such a hard job, but it's so rewarding at the same time. And we do not get paid enough.
Yep, snaps. We do not
So
get.
I try to bring in that other income whenever I can, but I have fun at the same time.
Absolutely, absolutely. How long have you been teaching for?
I have been teaching, this is my 13th year teaching, lucky 13. So yeah, I have really enjoyed it. This is my destin, my calling. So it's hard, it's stressful. There are days that I come home crying. There are days that I come home exhausted. There are days like this weekend where I have mounts of work to grade, but I try to do as much as I can because I have learned that my mental health is first. So whatever I
Mhm.
can get done, I can get done. Whatever I can't get done, I tell the new teachers, don't kill yourself for that because it's just, it could be taken care of later, really. So,
I just started my 10th year, and
oh,
the mental health piece is so real.
it
There's always going to
is.
be more work to do, and it's always been my personality to just keep going until things are done, or there's a natural breaking
Same,
point, and there's never. It's always there.
same. It's
Um,
it's hard, but that's when I use the casino to kind of like escape. And I tell my husband, "Hey, I need a moment away from my son, from you. I love you guys, but I gotta. This is my me time. So the casino is my me time."
I agree. I agree. We are so the same in that way. My husband doesn't like to gamble, so it's literally me time. I get
My
to go
husband does,
alone. I get to
unfortunately.
do. Oh, well,
I'm
hopefully
sorry,
they
but you're
speak on
saying he
different
what?
times.
He doesn't like to gamble?
No, no.
Oh, you're lucky. I need my husband to just not be a part of that because I'm like, this is my thing. Stay away. Leave me alone and let me. He's like, I want to come or I want to do this. I'm like, you're supposed
Well,
to
hopefully you
not be
guys can
like me.
find different corners.
Well, yeah, you're lucky for that because then you could do your own thing and he could do his own thing. So that's great. You guys have that
Absolutely.
separation.
Absolutely. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for being here today. I want to kind of kick things off with a little bit of a rapid fire question and answer
Ooh.
game so
Oh,
we can build some energy. And really, first like word or first sentence that kind of comes to mind with the different topics, and then we're going to quickly move on to the next one, and we'll catch our breath at the end. Sound good?
okay. Sounds great.
All right,
Let's
here
do
we
it.
go. Question number one: Who's your favorite creator at the moment?
Oh, goodness. Everybody, I can't pick one.
Oh, no, what a diplomatic response. We'll
You
move
know what?
on.
Lady Luck. I love
Lady
Lady Luck.
Luck, I
She's
love
so
her.
sweet. Yes.
Her and Dude Luck are awesome. What is your favorite game on the casino floor right now?
UFL.
Always Ultimate Firelink. What is the next game that you want to try at the casino?
I want to try. I don't know. I want to go back to Treasure Ball. Treasure Ball was my very first jackpot ever years ago, and I think I need to start playing that game again.
I don't think
Go
I've
back to my
ever played that
roots.
one, so I'll have to look it up after this.
It's fun.
Yeah. What is your go-to like cocktail or drink of choice on the casino floor?
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Fortunately, I can't drink
Innocent.
anymore, but yeah, I have a health condition. But Shirley Temple. I'll get to that later. Shirley Temple.
Yeah, no worries. Uh, Shirley Temple. I would be like at least coffee. Give me some caffeine there.
Yes, yes. Coffee in the morning for sure. Shirley Temple in the afternoon, or a Coke.
Yeah.
I love my Cokes.
Mm. Coke, why don't you sponsor this? If you were not a teacher, what would be your profession? Well, your dream profession?
Oh, I've always wanted to be a model or an actress. I always dreamed that like I was an actor or a model, and I
Yeah.
tried it as a teenager, but didn't work out.
I mean, you're still in California, so you never know. The connections could be there.
That is true.
What game do you think needs to be retired from the casino floor?
All of the old looking ones, they need to go. The machine is not colorful. All the buttons are not colorful. Just any of the ones that kind of look like the old ones. I'm like, all right, guys, it's time to retire.
And what casino brand do you prefer? Like Caesars, MGM, Win,
Um, I don't have a preference. I like wherever I can win. If I can
wherever you
win,
can
I love
win.
you. If I don't win, I don't like you at the moment. So my brands change depending on my winnings.
There, fair weather friends, we love it. And what was your last jackpot?
My last jackpot was on Chumba Casino 2 weeks ago. I hit the major on the Fu Quan Quan game. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. For the first time, and I went ballistic. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I was supposed to go to sleep for school the next day. And when it's hot, it's hot. You're like, man, I'm just gonna have extra coffee tomorrow morning. Like it's okay. And I hit that major, and yeah, I won like over $11,000 in total. Yes, I was shocked. I was sitting on the bed.
What?
I was screaming. I woke up my husband. I woke up my son. Oh, we're in bed, and I started
Whoa!
screaming. The major was 5,000, but I also hit a mini and a minor, so it was a
Wait, what were you
trifecta
betting?
moment. Huh?
Wait, time out, time out. I know that this is the end of the rapid fire. This is an amazing
I'm
segue, so I'm
sorry,
gonna
I
hold
forgot
on
we
to
were in
it for a
rapid fire.
second. No, no, no. So first of all, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody really winning on Chumba or like I'm not a big online
It's
gambler. I would rather go in person for the environment and like the social interactions and things like that. So I really don't play them, but I don't feel like I've ever heard of anybody really winning on Chumba. Tell me more about this.
It is. I have been really busy lately and haven't been able to go to the actual casino. And we're trying to buy a house right now. My husband's like, you need to stay away from that actual. But he's letting me play online, so it's a contradiction. Anyway, so I'm like, all right. I discovered Chumba. I discovered Lucky Creek. It was great for a while. I was like, all right, cool. I got a couple of wins, small wins, and I went on, a couple other websites. Lucky Land, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, I got no wins from there. And then I went on Chumba. And Chumba, I was just like, ooh, okay. I hated the fact that Chumba takes 2 days to process your money, whereas Lucky Creek, I can get it like immediately, with Bitcoins. But Chumba, I can get it with regular money in my bank. So I was like, well, I guess I got to be patient and I'll try it out. So I've been trying it out, and in the beginning it was not really any wins, and then I just started like trying different games. I started noticing different times when it's hot and when it's not hot. And when it's not hot, you're like, it's dead completely. It's so unfair. The whole website sucks. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get. But then an hour later, sometimes I'm gonna try another 20, tease it a little bit. And if it's hot, I'm like, okay, I keep going. So I've been, trying that for the past year, and I don't know. Lately, I've just been hitting it at certain times that's been good. And this night, somebody told me, try after 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, that's my bedtime. I'm a teacher. I gotta go to sleep. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? And she's like, well, I'm just letting you know that's the hot moment. So I was like, all right. So one night I stayed up. I couldn't go to sleep, and I put $50 in,
Hmm.
and It was actually $50 free play. I got a free play from there because I have an account executive. So they send me free plays once in a while. So I got $50 and it started going up and up and up. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go a little daring. Like, I get scared betting big. So I went from $2 to $5 and I was like, ooh, I'm betting five. And then I was like, I'm going to try a couple of tens. I'm going to be naughty and try a couple of
Mm.
tens. And I hit a 10 and it started shining. Like, I knew I was going to get a bonus. It gives you like that chance.
Like a
And
luck has
boom, the
arrived
major
kind of
just
thing.
flashed in front of my eyes. I was like, I didn't even know this was real. Like, my husband used to be like, oh, I'll be like, oh, the majors disappeared.
That's
And he'll be
crazy.
like, is that really like, maybe the system just changes it and they trick you. Like, my husband was very like doubtful that this major button was real. When I got it, he was like, I cannot believe that's a real button. I'm just like, I got it. So I went, yeah, it was crazy. And then I won $11,000. My husband and I were like, okay, we're gonna cash out 10 and play 1,000 just for fun. And we did that. And yeah, $10,000 showed in my bank account 2 days later. I was like, no hand pay, no nothing. It just went straight into my account. So,
That
oh my
is,
goodness, it was the best feeling in the world because I'm currently trying to buy a house right now. So it really helps out for like furniture and stuff.
oh, for sure. We'll talk about my personal life here in a second in my recent move, but I am still in shock. $11,000 on a $10 bet.
It is. I
Just,
posted it on my Instagram, so it's on my Instagram if you
I'll
guys
link
want to
it.
see it.
Yeah, I'll
I
link it to the
didn't.
video.
You would see that the video's a little slow. It stuck on the major for a minute because I was screaming and telling my husband, "Hey, I'm recording this. You know, come check it out before I press the button." And so then
Mm.
it plays. I didn't realize I delayed it in the beginning, but yeah, you'll see it. I got a trifecta for the first time ever online, so it
That is
was
incredible. So
amazing.
my skepticism with online gaming really is rooted in I'm not going to say what company it was, but I had someone reach out to me for like a brand ambassador, brand deal,
Hmm.
and I don't ever want to advertise something that I'm not super comfortable with. And the person, I think it was probably just a bad representative, to be, quite honest. The
Yeah, there
person
are
was
some
not
out
able
there.
to, like, either he was new or he just didn't know the product enough, but he wasn't able to kind of share with me, the safety nets for players. And that's a really big concern of mine is like, you know, if I'm going to advertise something, I need to be able to share how legitimate it is. And like, if you walk into a casino in different states, you kind of know the return to player rate, the points of
Yes.
contact if you are spending too much money and you want to take a break, all those types of things. And for these online casinos, you don't know what the RTP is, and you don't know, aside from like closing your browser, there's nothing stopping you from going back in and spending more money or
True,
things
true.
of that nature. So
What
he
I
wasn't able to answer those for me. So I was like, you know what?
uh,
Maybe this isn't the right path for me to like kind of share. But I've I might be a believer now that I just hear that you won 11 grand. That's crazy.
11 grand. Um, yeah, that's not. I met other slot creators the other recently. Sorry, I can't even speak today. Recently, that have won more than I have. But yeah, I
Mm,
feel like 11 grand is a lot. And what I appreciate about Chumba is that if you feel like you're gambling too much, they have a button called Account Gameplay,
mm,
and you can take a break. You can either set yourself a limit of how much you're depositing a week or
mm,
a month or whatever, or you can take a break. Like you could take a day break, a week break, 6 month break, however much. So
mm.
my husband did it and he was losing for a while. So he got really pissed off and gave himself a 6 month break. And then the other day he tried to get back on it and he called Chumba and they're like, sorry, you gave yourself a 6 month break. We are not going to let you back in. Like, we're
Oh,
trying to,
interesting.
yeah, they were very strict about that. So he was like, let me play on yours. And I
Mm.
was like, heck no, stay away from my website. You play your own. You gave yourself a break, so you're on timeout. That is what you deal with. So
You're on
it's
timeout.
crazy because when you give yourself a break, they don't take, they don't cancel it for any reason.
Mm. That's good to
So
know.
yeah, I appreciate that about them.
Yeah, that's definitely good to know. Because, and also this conversation that I had was with someone about 2.5 years ago at this point, maybe closer to
Oh,
2 years ago at this point. So there could have been like new systems in place for those types
yeah.
of things, but Is
Yeah,
that
I
your
don't
largest jackpot?
represent Chumba for any. I'm
Oh
not.
no.
I don't work for them. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you're trying to advertise." No, I'm just saying this has been my favorite website so far. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not definitely not gonna
I
sugarcoat.
just
I
want to
don't,
make
no,
that clear.
I'm a skeptic, so I would not be putting you on here if I thought that there was some, in talking about this, if I thought there was something at play here. But is 11,000 your largest jackpot ever, or?
You know what? I think it is because I won in Treasure Ball 4 years ago. I was just betting $1.50, and I just suddenly got the silver ball that the dragon threw down at me. And the
Mm,
silver ball can either be like the major or the grand. And I thought I was gonna get the
mm,
major. It was like 300 and something dollars, and I got the grand. It was like 10,300 and something dollars. So that was my second biggest. I was gonna come on here and say that's my biggest, but then I just hit on Chumba 2 weeks ago. So, but that one was like 8,000 something. So, but then
mm.
already had a total of 11,000 on there. So I don't know. I could say that they both tie up on being like my biggest jackpots.
Honestly, the treasure ball one's probably better because it was $1.50 bet, right? Like
Yes, I
the
totally
low
agree. Yeah.
bets.
And that ball just came, and I was just like, oh my God, I was shocked. And it was summertime, and I don't, us teachers don't get paid over the summer. So it was money that came in perfect timing. So
I love that. The universe gives you exactly what you need sometimes. So
exactly. I
yeah.
really believe in that. I have a lot of faith in, just, I feel like prayers are answered at times, even though I know God doesn't like gambling. But you know what, God, thank you. You brought me in the world's craziest way.
We gotta get a picture of you with one of those like giant like checks, and like do an acceptance speech of I'd like to thank God, like the rappers do at the awards ceremony.
Exactly. And they'll be like, what? God didn't give this to you, woman. What are you talking about? Oh,
Oh, I
well, we'll
love it.
see.
I love it. So you're taking a break from in-person casinos right now. It sounds like you're, taking a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah. Just
When
until
you
escrow closes. We've had some
obviously,
issues, so escrow has delayed right now, but
mm,
hopefully, knocking on wood, if all goes well, I'll be closing in 2 weeks. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll
oh,
see.
when you said like you're looking to buy a house, like you're actively in it right
I'm
now.
actively in escrow, so,
Mm,
I'm trying to be good and trying to save money. We were trying to save money. Like my husband asked me, look, I know you love that you're gambling, but let's take a moment,
mm-hmm,
let's take a break, only play if you have free play.
mm-hmm,
And other than that, we're really trying to save for that down payment. It's hard, living in California. The houses are so darn expensive, and
mm-hmm.
you would think they have like things for teachers, but I'm living on a teacher salary, so it's kind of hard as well. But
Yeah.
we've been disciplining ourselves for the last few months and trying and stuff, and once in a while it's like, all right, go to the casino, it's okay, let's go. And
Mm.
it's kind of like a reward of savings. So, and then Chumba, I can use Apple Pay, so it doesn't really show up on the bank account. So
Yeah.
been kind of,
Yeah.
I've used Apple Cash, so been getting away with that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's all. Anything that's in my Venmo or Cash App or Apple Pay, like that's fake money. Like I'll use that
Yes,
for whatever. I don't feel
no
any
proof of
hesitation
that.
to buy something with that because it's money that's been encumbered and sent for. It's fine. It's not real money.
Exactly.
Well, first of all, congratulations on being in escrow and
Thank
congratulations
you.
on almost having this house. We just went through the process. We decided to move from Massachusetts to North Carolina over the summer to be closer to
Oh,
my husband's family. And the price that we paid for this house up in the Boston area would have been a house without floors. Like it was
oh
insane,
my
the market up in the
goodness.
Boston area. And we just looked at each other and we're like, this isn't gonna happen here right now. And then we made the decision to move closer to Jared's family here in North Carolina. Suddenly like every option became available because everything is like much newer here. Everything is uh,
Wow.
like we try to, we avoided HOAs, thank goodness. We avoided being on a busy street. We avoided small property lines. Like We got
That's
exactly what we
awesome.
wanted in exactly the area that we wanted, and for around the price that we wanted. So that was incredible. And
Congrats.
I like, thank you. I struggled this morning because like I didn't really have anything set up in the slots with Shawn Room, and I was like, I need to have something up for this call today. You know, season 4, episode 1 with Lucky Nancy. I got to get something up. So I
Woo!
got
I'm episode
these.
one.
Yeah,
Yay!
episode 1, baby.
Oh my God, the pressure.
And we my brother actually works for a gaming company where they repair and distribute slot machines to different casinos around the country. And I have this retired Johnny Cash wheel and this retired Frank Sinatra wheel that I
Ooh.
just put up. But I want to find a way to like backlight them so they pop and they look a little bit cooler than just being flat on the wall there. But that's all you got today, Nancy. I'm so sorry. I'm
Oh,
so
it's
sorry.
okay. It looks great. And you know what? You're the celebrity of the show, so it's what how you look. So you're
Hardly.
looking good. So don't worry.
So I have my name plastered. I think I saw your name on your shirt there a second ago. Do you want to
Oh
give
yeah,
give
somebody
a
gave me
peek?
this as a gift. It says Lucky Nancy. They got my logo from Instagram, so that was a sweet gift. So I
That's so
wear
great.
it once in a while, but I get shy sometimes wearing it. But it's like for this occasion, I'll wear.
I mean, I feel like folks that are in education are generally, I don't want to, make blanket statements or cliches, but are a little bit more humble of people. Like they practice humility probably better than the general population. And so
We
I totally
try.
get
We
that.
try.
I totally get it. People,
It's
like I'll
because
go out recruiting.
our eyes see so much that other people don't see. Like
Mm,
I have, been with children that have been through hell and back. And
mm,
I have been with students that are homeless. I have been with students that are gang, in gang families and they're trying to
mm,
escape that. I have taught from fourth grade to eighth grade. So I have been through it all. I used to teach in LA and in the toughest neighborhoods.
mm.
So I have been, sitting there teaching where we're hearing gunshots and we're like, let's continue or let's not continue. Like, what do you
Yeah.
do? I have been through it. I've been through seeing a lot. So it kind of opens your heart and it humbles you. And when you see what other kids go through, and not everybody comes in like in a really good family, unfortunately, and you're their safe, spot. And that's a lot of pressure. It's like, okay, I need to make sure this child, everybody in my class feels safe. And
Mm,
so that has been a very humble experience for me, honestly. And I love it. And, days where I come home and I cry because I know this kid is going home not in a happy place and they can't wait to see me. Like, sometimes I'm like, all right, guys, we're going on vacation. See you guys in a week. And I see some students kind of looking like really sad because the classroom is their safe spot. So,
mm,
yeah, makes me feel bad for those. But I love making my classroom joyous. So,
mm.
especially for Christmas, I can't wait for Christmas. I always buy a stocking for each student. I put it up on the walls. I'm like one of the very few teachers. I get a Christmas tree. I get Christmas lights in my class, and then every day I put something in their stockings. I ask parents. I ask my followers online. Last year, I put an Amazon wish list, and some of my followers were so kind and bought me things for my students for their stockings, and I gave it to them the day before, our Christmas break, and they were, some of them cried. They're like, "We don't have Christmas at our house, so thank you." So
Mm.
I try to make an effort every year and try to save money around this time. I have 34 kids this year. It's the most I've
Oh my
ever had
gosh.
in my career. So I'm really gonna need to start saving for Christmas starting now, actually, because
Mm,
34 stockings and whew, 34 gifts is gonna be a lot of money. But I love it. I
mm.
love doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the difference of our educator experience is that you're in K through 12 and I'm at the collegiate level, and you are actively with them as they're experiencing their childhood trauma
Yes.
sometimes. And by the time they get to me, they're unpacking that childhood trauma, and maybe they're
Yes. That's
acting out in a
true.
different way, or they are figuring out, my relationship with my family was not healthy. My living environment was not healthy. The way that
Yes.
this person treated me was not okay, and unpacking, what it means to be an adult and unlearning those behaviors that maybe they grew up with. And
That's
so
true.
the work that you're doing is incredibly important. And just, thank you
Thank
for
you.
being vulnerable and sharing that experience with your students,
Yeah, thank
because
you.
it takes a heavy heart to be able to manage all of that. So,
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I love it. I wouldn't do anything else, honestly. I feel like I was meant in the world for to do this. So
I went to a conference a while back, switching gears just slightly, and the woman that was presenting, I really wish I remember her name because I quote her often. She says that there are camp people and there are not camp people, and the camp people are the ones that are actively going through the cabins and hyping up the campers, and like making sure that everyone's taken care of and making sure that everyone's having a good time, and they are the ones that often need the camp person to be able to rally them afterwards. So who's like your go-to person? Who's like your mentor? Who's your, you don't have to drop a name if you don't want to online, but like who is that
hmm
relationship in your life that picks you back up, fills your cup, all that good stuff?
in like personal or in the gambling world?
Oh, why not both?
In the personal, my husband. My
Yeah.
husband is my go-to. He's the only one that's so patient in my life that deals with my crazy emotions, my crazy self, my crazy days. And you know, yeah, he's my everything. He's my best friend. We've been married for 8 years, going dated for 9 years. We met online, and
Love that.
uh, within then he proposed to me within 2 months, and then after that we got married
Wow.
within 7 months. And it's like when you know, you know. You know, I had just gone out of a 6 year relationship right before that, and it was not really committed. And so
Mm.
when I met him, he was straight on. So he's my go to person for everything. Um, in the gambling world, I have, my whole slot family that I really depend on if I need any advice. I got Slot Daddy. I got Bling and Slots that I'm very close to. I got Queen Chica Bonita. I got Lucky Lady. I got Fine Wine, Behind the Rocks, Slots, Lucky, I don't know if I mentioned everybody, but yeah, they are my go-tos on anything I need. If I wanted to, I have Mad Melly Slots that me and her, we go and meet
Mm.
up at the casino. Low Rolling, Ramsey Slots that, we all talk. and
You got a
and if I ever
crew.
need advice on anything, I just go and I talk to all of them. And then I appreciate Slot Daddy the most and Bling and Slots. They're very straight up and real with me, and they don't have filters. And I'm just like, should I do this? Or I'll be like, oh, I won this, and Slot Daddy would be like, get the hell out of there now. And I was like, geez, but I just hit the jackpot. Like, can I do a
Yeah.
backup spin or something? And it's like, great job, congratulations, now get the hell out of there. And I'm like, okay.
You need that voice though. You need that
Yeah, I
that
need that.
person that is just gonna tell you, get the
I need
fuck
that
out.
brotherly like push. I didn't have brothers growing up, so I
Mm.
can definitely say Slot Daddy and Ramsey Slots. They really like treated me like a sister, and been real with me and be like, get out of there now. It's
Mm.
like, okay. Or when
Yeah.
we're all at the casino gambling, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I lost this much, and they're like, you're done. You're not playing anymore. I'm like,
You're done.
how rude.
Yeah.
I sneak away and I put another 20 in. I'm like, they're not going to find out. And they're like, we see you. I'm like, oh. So it's definitely that, that brotherly love. So it's great. And yeah, everybody's
Mm.
awesome in that world.
I love that you have such a significant crew. I have well, back in Massachusetts I had a small but mighty crew, as well. I was really connected to Ultra Hot Slots, NJ Slot Guy, and some other folks in the tri-state area. My go-to was in Connecticut, so I'd drive down from
Oh,
Massachusetts to Connecticut and kind of hang out at Foxwoods Resort Casino. And I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to Vegas next week. I'm really looking forward to meeting up with a bunch of folks that I haven't been able to meet in person yet, so I'll be seeing Crow
Ooh.
Slots for the first time, which is really cool.
Oh, I love crow
Um,
slots.
Casino Fanatic Andy, I think I'm going to be able to meet up with. I'm going to finally be able to meet Raja, the big jackpot who was on the podcast last season. So just really excited
Wow.
to expand that network and finally put, faces to names, but you know what I mean, but like in person, in real life. But you, I think recently, if I remember correctly, were involved in some online drama. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
I can say is I'm a very loyal person, and
Okay.
I don't let uh, this whole persona, this whole Lucky Nancy slots type of thing get to me. Like I don't let like fame get to me. Like if somebody recognizes me at the casino and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're Lucky Nancy," I'm like, "I'm just a regular person.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. If I have a bracelet, I'll give it to them." Like
Mhm.
it's we're all regular people trying to do our thing. I'm not trying to gain any like fame or money off of this. So some people do change though, unfortunately, through this
Mm.
whole thing, and they let that fame get to them, and then they become different people than what I initially have known. So, I don't like it when they use their platform to put other people down,
Mm.
especially people that I care about, that I consider slot family, consider my brothers and sisters of mine. So.
Mm.
I have a hard time staying quiet when that happens.
Yeah.
And my husband's always like, just stay out of it. And I'm just like, I've always been that loyal person where it's like you
Mm.
mess with a family member of mine or somebody that, I appreciate, you mess with me. And so yeah, I got myself in a little controversy, unfortunately, but it was for the good. It was to protect, my slot family. So
Yeah, I mean, you have to stand up for
fortunately.
what you believe in, right? So
Yeah.
I think it can be really tough. I've also had a similar experience. I don't think we're this with the same person though. Of someone who had a pretty meteoric rise online in a similar field as to what we're doing online, and complete personality shift. And it's really unfortunate because
Yeah.
they were really close with some smaller creators, and they kind of left them in the dust. And not that you have to bring everyone with you all the time, but to to be online and use your platform to degrade people, like you just mentioned, like it's kind of it's unfortunate.
It
NJ
is.
Sockeye and I had a conversation. I think it was in his podcast episode last season, and that was there's room for everybody, right? Everyone has their niche.
It
Everyone has
is.
this. We're not always pulling from the same audience. And so what if we are? Like as soon as your video finishes and the algorithm pushes my video next, like we have the same eyes. There's always going to be another audience member for the stuff that we do, and there's no reason to kind of to degrade one another and keep
Yeah.
other folks down. So I'm sorry you had that controversy, but
It's
it was
okay.
kind
We're
of
all
fun to watch on
humans.
this side. So
Thank you. We're all humans and we're all just trying to have fun. And
yeah, yeah,
it's like take it easy. Like it's not that serious. And
mm,
I maybe I shouldn't have entered a controversy. Maybe I shouldn't have posted certain videos. But like I said, it's I want to show who I am. And it's like, look, if you're gonna be
mm,
like that and you're not gonna be a loyal person anymore, then we're done. Like, so
mm,
it's very unfortunate because this person does have a high rising fan base, and I did lose some followers off of that, but the people that stuck by is what I care about. So,
mm,
oh well.
yeah. And you're doing pretty well. I think I went to check this morning. You're hovering around 2,300
Yeah,
followers there on Instagram, and I think
TikTok, I'm at almost at
okay.
6,000. Yeah,
There you
so
go.
not bad. It's because I feel like I would have risen more. I just taken a break. And I feel like
Yeah,
sometimes when you take a break, it just kind of makes you lose those followers. And I had to do it. I had to do it for my family. I had to do it for myself. And sometimes you
yeah,
need that time. But I'm coming back soon. Let me get my life situated. And Lucky
yeah.
Nancy will be back really strong. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'll be
I
back.
love you'll close in 2 weeks, so we'll see you online in 2 weeks and one
I
day.
hope
Is
so.
that?
let me get my house situated and then get some furniture. Hopefully, I won't sleep on the floor.
Oh my
And then,
goodness.
I'll be back. Yeah, I told my husband, I was like, I need to get things back to normal after this. And he was like, all right, let's just, the sacrifices we had to make for our family. So
Mm-hmm.
my family comes first. I really got to do what I got to do. So, but
Mm.
I miss the casino. I miss my casino, and I'll be back there soon for sure.
Are you a June birthday by any chance?
I'm May. I'm the
Yeah.
last day of Taurus, May 20.
I was gonna ask. As a Cancer, like loyalty is like really big for me, and you were like
Are
kind of
you a
speaking my
Cancer?
language. I am.
Oh, my son is a Cancer too. He was born June 21st.
Gotcha. You know,
Yeah.
he's barely a Cancer then, right?
He just like, I think it's the first day of Cancer or something like
Yeah,
that.
just past what Gemini. But yeah, you were just talking, loyalty, family is the most important thing, like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, ooh, am I actually talking right now? Because that sounds like stuff that I say all the time. So,
I am
yeah.
a bull, I guess, according to the Taurus. Like, I could be
Mm,
stubborn at times, but Tauruses are definitely loyal and fiery as well. So
mm.
we definitely have those common qualities. So I do believe in that as well.
Let's say I have the hard shell as a crab, and I have the pinchers. So I'll
I
come
love
after
that.
you. I'll come after you.
I have like the
Um,
dog personality where I could be really sweet, but I will growl if I sense the smell
mm,
of you being a dishonest or not a good person. So, and dogs are really good at sensing that. So I
they're
feel like
so
I have
good.
that dog personality.
I can picture you like at the casino and like someone sits down next to you and you just like snarl at them. Like
Well, I don't know if you know, but I am known for smacking the UFL screens at the casino.
there was
My
one video, Nancy. Hold on. There was one video. I don't know if it was your ring or something. It kept like banging. I'm like, she's gonna break that machine. She is
No,
gonna.
I told myself I need to take off my rings next time so I don't attract that attention. But I only do that for the UFLs because UFLs, the old ones, not the new ones,
Hmm.
they're touch screen. It's well, I don't know about the top part. I hit it anyways, but the
Yeah,
bottom you can touch it and the
yeah,
ball will dig. So I don't do that for any other screens though. Like some people are like, "Oh my God, she's a smacker." No, I don't smack out of all screens. I only smack UFL particularly. And one day the attendant came up to me and they're like, "Ma'am, you're gonna break it." I was like, "Do you see how small I am? I'm not gonna break this. This hand is not. I'm a skinny person. Like I'm not gonna. Whatever. Okay, sir." And so I haven't been doing it as much, because I don't want the casino to kick me out. But
mm.
um, my bracelet does say "smack it." So now I just say to smack it, like,
Mm.
and Slot Daddy hates it. Like anytime I'm with him, he's like, "Don't smack the screen," and I'm like, "Come on, like let me smack the bonus,
I'm
let
gonna play
me
how I want
give
to
a
play.
moment."
Yeah.
So whenever now he goes and online, I'll be like, "Smack it." He goes, "I'm definitely not going to do that." I'm like, I don't mean literally. I mean like
Yeah.
metaphorically. Like just smack a jackpot. Darn it! Like don't
Yeah.
have to get all nasty about it.
I
um, but yeah,
I
there's different ways for that UFL screen, but I love smacking the screen. But that's it. I'm not a button pusher. I don't smack the
oh
other
no.
screen. But some people hate
No.
that I smack the screen, and I'm like, oh well, you don't have to be in my life if you don't
Yeah.
like it. So.
You
But I
can
remember
scroll
I
on.
smacked it
Yeah.
so hard that Ramsey, he said he was wearing AirPods, and the AirPod flew out of his ear.
I
And
know
he was
he's
like,
lying. I know he's
"Dang," he
lying.
goes, "The AirPods like literally came out of my ear. I feel like you're smacking my brain right now." And I was like, should have warned you before I started smacking it, Ramsey, to take that earpods out. So I try to
No,
be
I
conscientious of people who are wearing AirPods now before I smack
that's very
it.
kind of you. Very kind of you.
I
I
don't want
think
to
I
break anybody's
in
eardrums off.
no, I'll let you know the next video I watch. I'll put earpods in and let you know how it goes. But I feel like I inherited a lot of my nana's traits. So my nana was a big bingo player,
Aw.
and her name was Joan, and she when it would get close like down to one number or like was like close to the pattern, she like start like kind of moving in her seat like this, like okay Joan, okay, John, like getting really excited and pumped up in her seat. And similarly, when she'd play some of the old school slots that you want to get off the casino floor, how dare you? She would like start rubbing the sides of the console or the cabinet, whatever it's called, and be like, okay, John, or okay, Zeus, or
Oh,
okay, Napoleon, okay, whatever. So I do that now. I like rub the machine, like, let's go, come on, let's go.
oh my God, that's so awesome.
But Yeah, no, she loves going and playing, penny slots, and definitely that's where I get it from for sure. But
Oh.
we are rounding the corner on our time together this morning, so I'm gonna leave you a few moments here to kind of share with folks anything else that I haven't asked you about, and where they can find you online.
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active at Lucky Nancy Slots. I am also on TikTok, same thing, and YouTube. I have not been very active, but I am on there, and there's a couple videos. So they're all Lucky Nancy Slots, all in one word. And yes, I have been quiet a little bit, but I will be back strong and fierce after my whole personal situation in my life gets situated. Um, and I just want to remind everybody, we all love doing this. It's fun. Uh, but please gamble responsibly and don't gamble more than what you can. And let's have fun with it. Let's not have all that drama and all that. Like, this is just,
Yeah.
we're all having, we all, are united in a way where it's a fun time. And I love that. Like, I prefer to play slots anytime I'm available. And I think it's just a fun event and make it lighthearted and enjoy it. Gamble responsibly.
Well said. Well said. Well, thank you so much, Nancy, for joining me today on episode 1 of season 4 of the new Gambling Icons podcast. Again, thank you so much for what you do in the classroom and for your students,
Thank you.
and for being, just a positive voice in education. So thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Take care, guys. Bye bye.